Hello there, fellow scavengers. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival. Episode 4, The Search for Shiny Nuggets. Now the good news is I haven't found any, I haven't seen a lot of predators around here. Probably jinxed myself. But yeah, here's the sort of open prairie area that I wanted to search for copper. So I'm in a granite biome. I'm going to check soil depth in a second once I'm in the open. Oh, more clay. Okay, it's not super deep. Means I should theoretically still be able to find copper. I'm going to keep sort of wander venturing towards the what assuming is granite sand area over there. At some point, and I'm not quite there yet, panning for the remaining copper is like maybe not a radically ridiculous idea. I really don't like panning in the game though. It's like super boring. But you can get sand and run it through a pan. What is it called? I wrote pan. A wooden pan, and you can pan for ores that way, sand, gravel, or bony soil. Not that there will be any bony soil. So digging up a whole bunch of sand and then panning for whatever I'm looking for is a very boring way of getting what I need, but the advantage of Jesus. The advantage of doing it my way is I'm filling in the map. Really? Well, that's fun. Getting gored by a boar and then having a very low visibility night. Woohoo! Yeah, I'll consider panning if this shale sand field that I'm heading towards doesn't work. Doesn't pan out, let's say. So I'll just have to keep my food up so that I can continue healing. Oh, look, a little cave. And one of the funny things about the Homo Sapien setting is, like, normally in Vintage Story, caves are, like, kind of dangerous because they're essentially monster spawners. But in Homo Sapien settings, there's, like, really nothing in a cave that could harm you. One of the game mechanics is animals, all animals that are in caves too long, that are, like, not exposed to sunlight frequently, end up just dying. They'll just essentially despawn. And so as a result of that game mechanic, caves are remarkably safe for the server set or the client settings that I have, because caves kill anything that would want to hunt me eventually, like given enough time. So they're not likely to have hostile critters as a result. But head on a swivel, making sure I don't get jumped by boars or something worse. I'll head over to the shale field. The shale field's pretty close, though. I'm not far away from it now. And this low grass area is going to be a lot easier for me to navigate around. Granite sand field. I keep calling it shale, but shale's a totally different material. So obviously it's nighttime. I have crap for visibility. One thing I could do is to just dig out a little hole and stick a bed in there, setting up a spawn point for this area, and then maybe even sleeping through some of the night, because I am hurt. So it wouldn't be unreasonable. Oops. Oh, Jesus. Earthworm. That scared me, for some reason. My brain immediately went to snake, but obviously it isn't one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's set up a little bedroll. And that way, if I die around here, I respawn closer. Which is kinder. I'm not, I mean, ideally I'd have like a no death run, but like I don't, that might not be realistic. It is the ideal though. Alright, there's the bed. Frickin' soil's not... I mean, I'm glad to see that the soil depth is terrible, but it's like the wrong time to be terrible. I'm like trying to dig out a cave and the game's like, nope, sorry, stone only. Well, whatever. I'll just do with this enough and I'll have the dirt to build myself a little hidey hole. Okay. This is good enough. It's not letting me put the bed down for annoying reasons. Make it bigger. This is so that I can pass some of the nighttime, because, like, I'm not productively searching at night, because visibility sucks. So I'll just pass as much of the nighttime as I can, so that I, one, heal, because, like, I am very easily killed at the moment, given my current health amount. And two, fix the low visibility. All right, here we go. Ate everything I had, minus the flax. And we're gonna wake up still in like the wee hours. It's not gonna be super, super helpful. No, actually, it's daybreak. I take it back. So we're super hungry. I will set this up as... I'll call it outpost. I'm glad the torch lit overnight didn't, like, kill me. I realized that that might have been a bad idea. Now, I'd like larger termite mounds, but Can't be choosy. I'm just that hungry. And if chat, if you could just like pray to the vintage gods that I can maybe find some copper, that would be swell. So here's the deal. If I end up finding none, I will put up a poll for whether I try to pan for it. So that you guys can aid in putting me out of my misery. But only if I find none. So I have 13 now. I need 40 to smith with. Ooh, that's a neat cave. I'm also very pleased that there aren't a lot of hyenas around. Sky Collective! Man, I haven't heard from you in a while. How's it going? And thank you for the resub. My termite eating stream. I'm the exterminator. Forgot to unpin that. Go. So this gravel field is like, I mean, I guess I could see the relief map. I should have come to realize it was going to be a lot more vertical than the other one. Well, let's climb up and look for orange. Before the visibility goes to hell. I am not seeing any orange, though. I don't see anything that looks coppery. Ugh. Visibility is pretty good, though. Oh, no. I haven't found anything. No copper, no quartz. It's like I just am in a cursed seed. Like, the only blessing I have is that there's been, well, alright, there's red clay for days, but that I have berries and termite mounds. You're worried about me finding tin? Yeah, forget tin. Tin's too high-tech for the likes of me. I can't even find copper. Ah, 21 months. Which you call years. Like dog years, maybe. Not really. But thank you for the resub, Scholar. So the terrain around here is pretty gentle. It's like not terrible to try to find copper in. So I'll spend some of today looking, and then we might have to pan for what I don't have. With that said, because I'm on Homo Sapiens settings, my chance to find copper might actually be pretty good panning, because I'm not going to be finding any of the, like... Because normally when you're panning on normal settings, you end up finding things related to civilization. By that I mean gears and books and that kind of junk. But obviously in my server settings, that kind of junk doesn't exist. So if it's not in the loot pool, maybe copper is more common to find in the loot pool. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but that's conjecture. That maybe copper is more common as a result. All right, let's go around this sand field and look. But I did survive my first animal attack. I mean, I've had a few animals try to hunt me, but I haven't been hit until that boar got me. And I definitely low-key panicked. I like hit the wrong keys and like opened up my inventory. It was kind of funny. The first one is always like that. You know, the initial jump scare. Alright, there's a big mountain there. I'll go around it. That's a cute looking deer. I don't even know what it is. That's my little hidey cave. Yes! A few more. At least I know it exists. It's like confirmation that, like, it's possible to find it. All right, chat. We're getting to the point where I am considering polling. Should I pan for the copper? Yes or no? Oh, that's not where the poll should be. There we go. 2.5 minutes to vote on that. I'm at 16, so I need 24 more for the first castings, let's call it. And while you poll, I will frantically try to find more surface copper. But it looks like... Is that insects or a snake? I'm going to go with I have no idea. Let's get back up into the drier grass fields. Because, yeah, I think you guys want me to pan for it. Yeah, I'm sorry about the pacing. The few, you know, just as like a refresher, because it had been a while since I played Vintage Story last, I did do a few test worlds with the settings that I have, and like, I didn't have these kind of problems. Like, not even a little bit. I found 40 copper within 2 hours and the 3 times I did it. One of the worlds I found, like, way more than that. What is that animal? Some sort of goat? No, it's a bunny. Just looked big. Alright, let's start walking back towards the base. And I'll scoop sand up from this area. Go here. I'll dig up the sand once I'm closer to home. Because as far as I know, sand is sand. I mean, it doesn't really matter where you get it. As long as you're panning for it. And if you guys can have your eyes peeled for any of the orangey bits on my way back, that'd be great. I'm sure you've been doing that this whole time. To help put me out of my copper rush misery. So we're gonna go with yes, I'll pan for it. Nils and Azaroon, thank you for the resubs, by the way. Can I afford a 2% music? Yeah. There's a track or two that's like excessively loud, but most of the time it's not so bad. So I'm going to try to go back home a slightly different way than I got here, so I'm not backtracking and increases my odds of finding copper. So I think when I came here, I came this direction, as you can see all the pings. So I'll try to go cut this way. And then south or something? I don't know. It's not going to be perfect. Hey, Super Rascal, thanks for the resub too. I do find it kind of crazy that not only have I not found copper, I haven't really found, like, any metals. I haven't found lead or borax or quartz, because quartz is very common to find bits of. Stop it. And even then, I haven't found any... Oh, you're still following me? I haven't even found any quartz or anything. So it's like, the game's like, just resource scarce. Oh, frickin' hell, that's a black bear. Hi, crabs. Don't know why. What the hell hit me? Crabs? Pinchy little bastards. Also, because I'm in the jungle, primitive healing is much harder to do because I'm not in a deciduous forest. Because there's a... as far as healing goes, the material that you need for basic healing, poultices, which would be horsetail, I don't really have access to. There's no, like, horsetail around, so healing is much harder to contend with as a result. Black bears are the nicest of bears, that's true. Polars, if you see a polar, you're basically just dead, and if you see a grizzly, you're probably dead. Whereas, like, black bears are a little bit less aggro. But with my current amount of health, it wouldn't really matter what kind of bear wants me dead. If a bear wants me dead, I'm just dead. I'm glad I spotted it before I, like, before it got too close. So another advantage of marking down basically everything that you find is you know where you've been because of the map markers. So I can see like the clay markers and the berries I've interacted with and kind of avoid those spots if I'm trying to cover new ground in order to search for copper. Not that I'm doing a very good job of finding any, but still. So like here's clay that obviously I've never spotted before, meaning I've not been here before because I'm pretty good at spotting clay, so... If I'm finding a new node of it, it means I've never likely been in this area. Oh good, yes. When you're in the brink of death, what do you need to do? Twist an ankle. Redwoods? That's cool. That's a very... full forest to be near. Yeah. It's like the Pacific Northwest. Ish. I'm trying to figure out... I guess I have to climb. Because I need to go south, and, well... That's south. So, yeah, let's go into the redwood forest. and hope there's no bears up there. Look at those trees. My goodness. Cut one down, have wood for days. Weeks, years even. What's crazy is redwoods, some trees require a tier 2 tool, i.e. a metal tool. Redwoods don't. If you had like an inventory full of stone axes, you could, or flint axes, you could hypothetically cut a redwood down. Well, I'm definitely not going to get overheated and need to hydrate a lot around here, because I'm going to be in shade galore. What do we got here? We got, ooh, yummy. I'm not going to fill my inventory up with forageable. Oh, hey, look at that. I found some copper. See if there's other bits. Yes, there is. 21. We're over halfway there. Looks like a beautiful place for base. Yeah, except for the, how... I mean, there isn't a lot of predators, right? I'm not seeing, like, hyenas or bears around here. So, it does have that advantage. The disadvantage around here would be just the verticality of it. Very, very difficult to get away from anything reasonably fast because of how much mountain climbing you'd have to do. Because animals path up and down mountains very, very effectively, whereas like the player doesn't. It's very hard for the player to scale a mountain, whereas it's very easy for like a wolf or a bear to do it. So open plains has a lot of advantages for that reason. Also, what is that? There was a bear. Is it a panda? Yeah, I think that's a panda. How hostile are panda bears? I kind of don't want to get on the bad side of a bear, even if it is a sun bear or panda. I don't think pandas are going to try to kill me, though. I hope. Famous last words. I mean, I'm not going to go poke it. Steer clear of it. Just making sure it doesn't get too close to me. Oh, visibility sucks. I must say, having termites... Oh, hi, Clay. Having termites has definitely made fulfilling my like protein needs pretty easy. I don't want to be... I mean, at some point I'm going to end up just destroying all the mountains around me and I'm going to have to find a different source of food, but like... It has made... It has offered the opportunity to do a lot of exploration, whereas otherwise I would have had to stick near, like, the fishing weirs and, like, made a lot more fish-based food. Or done some fishing myself, which, I could do. But if I can passively get fish, that's just better. Lower effort. Alright, we are coming up on the, you know, before I go any further, let's get some more soil. Because if I need to, like, build a nerd pole to get away from something trying to munch me, I would like to be able to do that. So I'm closing in on familiar soil. It's also maybe worth heading all the way back home first and setting my spawn point back to my original bed. So if I die, I don't spawn back up in the granite sand fields that are like massively far away from the base. So I'll probably do that before I go panning. Because now that I'm closer to home, I am definitely in hyena territory. They've been relatively passive. But that isn't to say that I should assume that they don't pose a threat, because 2 bites from them and then I'm dead. Wouldn't be much of a fight if I really truly had to fight them. They would win. Probably. Especially if there's more than one. Or they, like, ambushed me from behind. How advanced can you get into the game? Steel? In mechanical power? I guess steel? I mean, not very, in other words. Without mods? There are mods to add, like, electricity, but it's not... You're not gonna... I mean, it's still pretty crude. Electricity. So this is the sand that I'm going to want to dig once I've rebound my spawn point. I'm just trying to take the opportunity to scour it for potential ores to limit the amount of panning I will actually have to do. Because if I'm having to walk home anyway, might as well poke about for some ores. Well, that's home right there. Stands out because it has that, like, ugly packed dirt color. Really is hideous. Just extraordinarily utilitarian, I guess. Okie dokie. Well, hey, good news is I'm alive. Bad news is I didn't really come all that much closer to finding the copper I needed, but fine, whatever. So rebounding the bed. At this point, I can keep foods... Oh, I took so long that my my torch here burnt out. Because if you have to reset it like once every 2 days or whatever, and I guess I hadn't. So let's put some stuff away. So we have all the molds, and also I'll be able to cook. Because we'll have the jug in the crock pot. A bunch of crock pots. Sweet. First thing I want to do is boil some water. I'm going to boil 3 liters of water so I can hydrate without penalties. And then we'll fire up the other pot. This thing needs... I'm going to break my knife, but it needs 10 grass. And it looks like I'm probably going to need some more... cut down another tree for firewood as well, because I've gone through all my firewood making sticks and pit kilns and the like. Not all my sticks, but all my firewood. Given that it's Well, I don't really need light to pan. So this is boiled water. Nice. So once it's boiled water, we can go fetch it back into the jug. And boiled water, as you can see, my head's in the way, fulfills hydration without ruining satiety. So I can drink boiled water instead of having to rely on getting my water needs through the pond or whatever. Crucible. I'll do some cooking later. I'm going to focus on the task at hand, which is panning for copper. Alright. I should have used a bone in that flint handle, but oh well. Alright, let's go ahead and get another shovel or two. So I can go dig up sand. And then the pan itself, wooden pan is a log plus a knife. So in order to pan, I'm going to have to cut down another tree. But I was low on firewood anyway, so this works out. Is it possible to run a competitive PvP group? I mean, hypothetically, but I haven't really played a lot of Vintage Story multiplayer, so you're asking the wrong person. It's hypothetically possible, but I don't think it's a game that is conducive to player versus player all that well. At least not without mods. The game sort of assumes that you're going to be cooperative, not competitive. I should have put my torch down, because as I cut down this oak tree, we're going to lose visibility. Alright, my axe broke, but it's fine. So when you break your axe, it cuts down some of the tree, not all of it. I'm going to want to finish this cut, though, because there's a bunch of wood on top of the logs that are, like, there. And I'll lose that wood after 10 minutes if I don't pick it up, so let's finish the cut. And now that I have a torchlight, you can see the cracks in the wood indicating the progress. It was a bit too dark for that earlier. There we go. That's the windfall I was hoping for. Perfect. Ooh, even an acorn. Hey, Ban. How's it going, man? You were playing some Mind Mogul. Oh, again. So you must really like Mind Mogul as a result. Because it's not the first day you've been playing. Well, welcome. You're wearing some Vintage Story. Oh, did I get the recipe wrong? Oh, it's sideways. There we go. So here's a wooden pan that we're going to want for panning for the copper. And the rest of this wood I'll put away. And we'll go up to the sand fields and start to pan. How goes it? In this game, I've had really bad luck. I'm very much on the struggle bus trying to get my first initial copper to start truly metalworking. And the game has seen fit to curse me with RNG. So I've gotten very little copper in the way for the time spent, in other words. So it could be worse, because I've had a few near-death experiences and I've walked away from it. I haven't died yet. But it could be better because my copper finding has sucked. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.